Well, you know, Houston led the country in new home sales over the last 12 months. So does this mean that housing crisis is over? Maybe not. According to my next guest, Steve Davis, the Vice President of Lifestyles Unlimited, is here. And for people, I mean, look, let's face it, you're pretty famous. I mean, people hear you on the radio, they see you here on Fox 26 all the time. Just a quick summary, what is Lifestyles Unlimited? What do you do?
Lifestyles Unlimited is a real estate investor and mentor group. What we do is we teach people how to invest in real estate. We have about 13,000 students. We've been here for 22 years, and we teach them how to use real estate to build wealth and passive income streams for themselves.
Okay. So you have your finger on the pulse of what's happening here locally, you know, with the real estate market. It seems like, from what I'm hearing, housing prices are up. So is that a good thing? I mean, it seems like it would be a good thing.
I think it is a good thing. I think, and the reason it's good, and I would say no if it were going up too fast, but it's going up just the right amount, just a few percentage points each year, but it is going up. And remember, with the real estate market, it's not if it's going to go up, it's when.
Right.
And I think we're in that when, if you will.
Okay, but let's throw some water on the fire here. We don't want to have too big of a party here.
Sure.
Because you say that it's not all good news. There is some lingering, this shadow inventory that you mentioned. That sounds kind of sinister and scary. What is that? The
shadow inventory are all the properties that are behind on their payments that the banks have still not foreclosed on. I can't even tell you why they haven't, because we're now in a period where there aren't as many foreclosures. They should be foreclosing on these. They held them off the market so they didn't saturate the market with foreclosures a few years ago, but now's the time that they need to take action and foreclose on those people. And unfortunately, Obama had a plan to refinance a bunch of people.
Right.
A bunch of people did that. I believe about 800,000 of them. They got them a lower payment. Here's the problem. 50% of those people are still behind on their payments.
Wow.
So even after being refinanced, they still couldn't afford those homes. Those foreclosures are coming on the market. So it may slow down the recovery a little bit, but from an investor's point of view, that means there's a tremendous opportunity to buy good deals. From a home buyer's point of view, this is the time to buy. You're not going to see better interest rates. You're not going to see lower prices. The inventory's a little low, but now, you need to get in the market and start looking if you're buying a home or you're buying investment property.
Yeah, because those mortgage rates are still at historic lows, aren't they? I mean, if you had told somebody in 1981 or 82 that they would be able to buy a house and finance it at 3.5% or something, I mean, they would have laughed at you.
They would have. It is free money, and people need to understand that they save literally tens, some people will save hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest on their home if they buy now.
Being a homeowner myself, a word of caution that I would give people who are prospective home buyers is to look into that property tax thing. I was just telling Steve, you know, the appraisal on our house shot up by 5%. It does seem like, let's face it, the government spends money, they have a need for revenue, and they have raised a lot of the property value appraisals to get the property taxes to go up.
Well, whatever.
So that's an issue.
Yes, and what you're doing is the right thing. Contest those taxes every year. I use I use a service, O'Connor and Associates, to do all of my property. You can also do it yourself like you're doing, but it needs to be contested. I once heard a person get excited. They said, wow, my property went up in value. I go, how did you determine that?
They think it's a good thing.
They think it's a good thing. It's not. It's just them raising your taxes.
Well, you heard it here, so go ahead and put in that, hit that protest button, because you got to save yourself a few bucks. Thanks, Steve. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Good, nice to see you again.
Good to see you.